in the box or end up in the bin. Well, when you do that, you don't want them to end up down in the pack. So this is just a series of rollers, and it will roll. And I am going to start the machine up, show you how it runs, put some fruit down in there. Zora, and I'll talk about Zora here in just a little bit. And she's going to do a little wrap for you to show you how we used to do that. But anyhow, the fruit would go through this part here. Then it would enter into the next machine here, which is your polisher, your brusher. Down on the bottom, there's a series of brushes that are down here, and that would roll in the fruit. And this designates the speed on how fast they go through. Now, obviously, I'm not running enough fruit to let this push it through, and I'm going to have. Apparently, it got loose. I have no idea after all these years how it would have gotten loose. But anyhow, we can still make the fruit go down there and get into the machine. Then there's a little singulator there, and all that machine does, all that little piece does there, is it just makes sure that only one apple at a time gets into the cup. Now, in the early, when Cutler, which is like that machine in the back, it was made out of a lot of wood, but they used the fiber. They used this cloth cup. Weighed these things out to approximately what those apples would be, and that's how we actually dial this machine up before running the fruit. You know, after you're around this machine enough in that rail, and so when this thing comes along and this little finger comes across this, if the weight was just right, it would tip it, and when it did, then it would allow. You got
75 cents.
75 cents.
That was in 13.
Yeah. So now everything is done with the tray film and things like that. It's all hourly work. So now that we can hear.
John, I may need some more paper. Just very few.
Oh, paper.
You can't buy that paper anymore anywhere,
You know,
so
I'll tell you what, I went all over trying to find this paper, and I happened to go to
that's plenty.
Spinner in Yakima. They're people that deal with a lot of the packing supplies, the boxes, and all that stuff. And I went in there and I said, by any chance lost down in a corner of your basement somewhere, would you have any wrapping paper? Boy, I don't know. I can't even tell you how many warehouses I went to. Stuff's long gone. And they look down there and they go, yeah, we've got some. But apparently it's like gold because they'd only give me the one package. I said, well, when I run out, I'll come for some more paper. You know?
Well, make sure you advertise for them, Johnny.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so thanks to Spinner, you know, they really bailed us out on that. You know, I find it in town that a lot of these businesses, when you tell them what you're doing and things like that, they're so willing to step up and help out and all that. So we really appreciate that. And I want to say, I appreciate you folks coming out here and, you know, listening to me give you this spiel and talk about that. Because everything that I tell you mostly is the truth, and some of it I just make up, you know, because I figure what they act. No, actually the thing is, because I did grow up on it, and I'm telling you the best I understand it. And by the way, those apples down there, please take an apple and eat, and that those were provided by G&G Orchards up on Natchez Heights. So thanks to Renee and Carmen Garcia for giving us that. He's a packer that's here in the valley and does a great job. So he donated the apples to us. They're good old basic red delicious. You gotta love them, I'll tell you. So now that we got the fruit down here in this end of it, this is the point of where we pack. So let me tell you a little bit about Zora Smith here. She has been a very, very good friend to our family for as long as I can remember. In fact, I went to school with one of her sons and that. So Zora, back in the day, she did pack apples, actually at the warehouse that we owned at one time, and she packed
For 10 years.
at Strand Fruit and Kern and Hine and Ojala's and all the little small sheds that were up there. Snow Kissed,
Hort Union.
Hort Union, yeah. So she and her and her husband were orchardists for many years and had, you know, quite a sizable little farm and all of that. So she really grew up in the industry, understand what hard work is all about and how to do things, and learn about losing and winning and, you know, have good years, bad years to go through the whole thing. Zora has had packed apples for 59 years. So this packing stand right here, or her packing horse, as we kind of refer to
And
it,
this.
that was her packing horse for 59 years, and she was so gracious to donate that to us. Just couldn't get it straight, and they just decided to give it back.
I wasn't called back.
And that's the box, and that's what the boxes used to look like. That's how you do it. Is there questions?
Give her the 11 cents.
So, did you have to provide your own stand, or how
No.
did you come to
No.
have it?
I had a friend that was in Titan at that time, and when I went to work, he built me this stand. And I just took it wherever I went. Well, I think I actually stole it from Snowkist. I'm not sure. Because I think he was working for Snowkist. But I was also a grower with Snowkist, and they said, just take it when you leave. So I did.
But you know, they got used to their stand,
Mhm.
and it fit them even every day because it fit them. It was set up.
It can be raised up
to
or
the
down,
right
how
height
tall
and
you
all
are.
that to fit them. And then
What
later,
year was that stand built again, Zora?
In Titan.
What year?
Oh, 1950.
So after the war.
Oh, yeah.
Boeing was going there.
Yeah.
but it wasn't a Boeing built stand.
No. It was a.
It was a home crafted.
Actually, it was a horticultural union stand.
There you go. Yeah. So, a fascinating career. The thing about those little warehouses that was fun is it wasn't just a business. It was friends. They were like family. And so when you went to work for them, you actually looked forward to going to work because it's like going with family you like. So not only did the people that worked together out there and pack the fruit and do that together, a lot of times on the weekends they went dancing together at the same dance hall, or maybe they went fishing together or did things like that. We were just like a big family. So I remember the years that we were in the business in the warehouse and all that. God, we just had the best of times.
His dad was my boss there for a while before John took over, and I went to work one morning, and I guess I had a sad look on my face, and he said, "What's the matter?" And I said, "Well, my husband's going fishing, and I've got to come to work." And he says, "Why are you here?" I went back to work Monday.
So the other thing about it is the close knitness of the people that work there, and I'd watch it happen all the time, and especially sometimes up on the sorting table. I'd walk up there, all of a sudden I see a new gal up there that I didn't recognize, and they said, "Oh no, Vera had to take a day off because she had to do that, so she sent me to come take her place." And it would happen. I mean, and nobody just left you there alone. I mean, they just made sure they had their spot covered, and it would be covered, and we would just work. It was just great.
How many employees, like a small packing place that you're talking about, how many employees would there be?
Oh, let's see. When we were running ours, and it had a 3-section line, so there were seven packers on the line,
And 8 sorters.
and there was 8 sorters. You had a forklift driver. You had a person that was putting the shook out. You had a segregator. Yeah. And so that was the other thing, like in the warehouse that we had, I remember that if you had a really good day, and you were, of course, by that time we were doing it with bins, so those were 25-box bins. If we packed 80 bins of apples in a day, we were packing some fruit. That was going very well. Well, now today, in today's world, they have that machinery out there, and they're packing 800, 900 bins a day. That fruit is going down the machine so fast. It's just incredible. I remember when Pacific Fruit came to town, and we went and toured their plant and saw it, and that machinery they had would pack 200 bins a day, and we go, I don't see how it get any better than this. I mean, but it does. I mean, it's just what we do. Anything else? I may add?
tight quarters.
I'm from Eugene, Oregon, and the Apple area is kind of different. But I'm coming up, and I read about the Del Monte going out of business
Yeah.
or whatever, and I see a huge Del Monte plant down there.
Yes.
Is that what's going to happen? Is that going to be taken over by somebody? Or?
Hopefully.
We hope there is, because we need those plants.
Yeah.
We need those places. But yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, it's a huge plant. Presuming it was apples, it's not too far from here, and I just saw it.
Yeah, and Del Monte did a lot of stuff with pears too.
A lot of.
Yeah.
Well,
But again, I want to thank.
hopefully that
I
works
want to
out.
thank you guys for coming here.
Well, thank you.
And
Thank
listen
you.
to me telling stories for you. And please have an apple and that, and come back again.
Thank you.
And go tour the rest of this museum. There's so much to look at.
Are we going to be doing it again, John?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave that paper on there then.
What's that?
Starting over again later.
This afternoon.